Hey, what's going on, y'all? Back with another one. Back with another one. This is the Sunday Dailies, the 47th edition. We're back. Yes, it's Super Bowl day. Um, San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The rematch from 2020. I've seen that Super Bowl, and yes, I knew the outcome. The Chiefs won 4 years ago. This is a different team from 4 years ago. 4 years ago, they had Garoppolo as the quarterback, right? But that was 4 years ago. They did not have what's his name, Purdy. Purdy was in college at this time. This is 2020. He got drafted, I think somewhere with 22, like 2022, something like that. And he went to the playoffs, but the last year's playoffs, he lost in the NFC Championship game. My dad broke it down to me and appreciate him for that, for saying that he was in that game, but he was like third string. And a lot of quarterbacks got hurt. It's a lot of injuries, and that's he didn't get that chance to play. So it's kind of like the Patriots and that field with the Brady. They compare it to Brady. I heard this from the Levitard podcast a couple weeks back when they made it to the Super Bowl, like that NFC Championship game, like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And he broke it down. He said it's not the same team when it was, and people are mad because it's a little different. Offensive line, they got Debo, they got Christian McCaffrey. He's played for the Carolina Panthers, but the guy McCaffrey's father is friends with Mike Shanahan. The son is Kyle Shanahan. He's the son of Mike Shanahan. Mike Shanahan and son Kyle's coaching, and his son is coaching McCaffrey's son. You know, I forget his first name, but yeah, his dad was a good receiver, or tight end, or something like that, or running back, or whatever he was for the Broncos. The Orange Crush. It was part of that. It has that feel in the mix of Belichick and the Patriots, that team, the 49ers. Now, most people say they're going to lose this game. I highly doubt that. There's a possibility they can win because the way it's structured, it's in Vegas, a lot of distraction. Like I said, they're distracted, but on the 49 side, we know that's not true. They're really focused. The ones that's really distracting to me is the Chiefs. They're the defending champs. Yes, they have an edge, but they can lose that edge in a game. Anything can happen in the Super Bowl. It's one of those games. Me personally, I was going to pick Kansas City, but I don't like Kansas City Chiefs that much. I like the quarterback and the tight end. I'm going with the 49ers in this game. Me personally, I think Purdy is good. Even if they lose this game, that's fine. You know, Mahomes is trying to build a legacy, but he ain't no Brady. No. The Brady S right there is Purdy. He plays like Brady. He's slow. He picks you apart and things like that. Now, I agree with someone comparing him on that on the Levitar show. I do see a little Tom Brady in him. But the thing is about that, he's in the second season. Now, what happens when people get draft last and they're a quarterback? That's saying something. But that just goes to show you they want another Brady. Well, Brock Purdy. He's a good candidate for that. Because if you notice, why is they pushing him? There's a reason why they're pushing him. They're pushing him because he's the next thing that white folks had. So yeah. Let's look at the Kansas City Chiefs history. I know their history. I know they were the Texans from an old league. So the established August 14th, 1959, 64 years ago. First season, 1960, played in Arrowhead Stadium. That's what they established. That's the current Chiefs stadium. That's what they got on here in the wiki. But they were originally known as the Texans. They was in Kansas City, but that's the team in NFL at the time. So, but they was known as the Texans and all that. Okay, they said it was established in 59, 64 years ago. But they play in Arrowhead Stadium. They talking about it currently. Okay. American Football League 1960, 1969. There was American Football League. They was known as the Dallas Texans. So National Football League 1970 to present now. They've been the Kansas City Chiefs forever. They've been the AFC West since 1970 and present. They've been around a long time. American Football Conference for a long time. That's what they say. The team was founded in 1959 as the Dallas Texans. The businessman Lamar Hunt and was charter member of the American Football League In the spring of 1963, the team relocated to Kansas City. See, 1963, they relocated, right? And shouts out to LB for this one from the Political Sports Channel. Y'all go subscribe to him. He came up with this information, and I knew there was a different team before they became the Chiefs. So the Dallas Texans, let's look at them. 1960, the Dallas Texans have the red and gold colors. So there's probably the old American AFL, American Football League. And now they known as the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's pretty much accurate. So, okay. And the current and all that stuff. Franchise history, Lamar Hunt, yes, Dallas Texans and all that. The Hunt family owns this organization. They moved to Kansas City, Missouri. Clark Hunt is the chairman and CEO. And Mark Donovan's the president. And Brett Vaughn is the general manager, and then Andy Reid. They were the Dallas Texans from 1960 to 1962. This is a Dallas team, and then they moved to Kansas City to 1963 and present. They've been the Kansas City Chiefs since 1963. That team can go anywhere. If something happens to this team, they can go anywhere. Yeah, they were the Chiefs, but if that Chiefs becomes the fucking team, that team, anywhere, because NFL likes to expand. It'd be good for them, but I think they're always gonna be Kansas City. But if something happens to that team, it's a possibility they go to a bigger market. I'm just saying. But they'll be Kansas City. Kansas City's a good city for football and things like that. But Arrowhead Stadium. But if that team ever moves anywhere, I'm not saying near future. It's a possibility. It always happens all the time. AFL championships, 1970 AFL and the NFL merger. They won 3. Okay, league championships. They have 41 league championships. Okay, not 41. Excuse me, not 41. Let me look at that. No, league championships, they have 4. Excuse me, they have 4. AFL championships pre 1970 AFL NFL merger, they had 3. 1962 to 1966 to 69. They won as the Texans in 1962. 66 and 69, there was the Kansas City Chiefs. They won the Kansas City Chiefs won the AFL and NFL merger. The AFL championships, right? They won 3. So technically they got 3 in the old league they was in. That's the Texans, and they won 2 in the 60s and 69. That was when they were the Kansas City Chiefs, American football, and then NFL merger. They won 3. They did won the Super Bowl in 1969. They did won the Super Bowl in 1969. So they already had 2 championships. They had 1 championship. When I was growing up, they had 1 championship. Kansas City Chiefs had 1 championship in 1969. And they won one in 2019. At Super Bowl 54. They won that. Super Bowl 4. Super Bowl 4. Kansas City won in Super Bowl 4, 1969. So technically, when they won Super Bowl, their second championship in 2019, that's some years ago, right? So that means in Super Bowl 54, that was their second championship. Now, they did win their third championship recently. Super Bowl 58. That's 3 championships. So 3 Super Bowls. They already got 3 Super Bowls. If they win this one, this is their 4th Super Bowl. So Kansas City already got 3 Super Bowls already. So they're looking for number 4 if they beat this San Francisco team. They won't be the pantheons of teams. You know how it is. But the old league, they already won 3. So technically, they have 6 championships total in the league. The old AFL, they won 3. They won 1 with the Dallas Texans in 1962, 1 in 66 to 69. I'll say 1969. And then they won They won one in 66 and then they won one in 69. The other last two were Kansas City Chiefs teams. They were Kansas City in 1963 when they moved to Kansas City in 63. 1962 slash 63 season or 63 season. You say it like that. I'll say 1963. 1963. That's when Michael Jordan was born, wasn't it? Yeah. So 1962, they were the Dallas Texans won their first championship in the AFL. So yeah, they have a history now. League championships of both leagues, they, of world championships total is 6, but Super Bowls they won 3. They look for their fourth, so that make it 7 championships. So Kansas City is it's solid. They got a lot of divisional championships, 16 divisional championships, and yeah, the old AFL. It's a lot I learned about Kansas City, but it's some truth. I'm not a big Kansas City guy. I'm just looking at it. And then they have this guy, um, Tony Gonzalez used to play for them, the Chiefs. They had a decent team. You got Tariq Hill and all that. I'm not big on the Chiefs. I'm just going to look at them again over here. I don't know if I can. I'll screenshot it for you. Hold on. I will screen share it for you. So, make sure I ain't bullshitting y'all. See right in here, the owners, the Hunt family, and all that. And you see right there, if you go on the wiki, they league championships. They got 4 championships in the league. They say they got 4 league championships. They say, right? I don't know what that 4 is. They got 3 in the AFL in the merger, and they got 3 Super Bowls. Technically, they got 6. But I don't know why they got 4. I don't know what that entails. But that's a whole nother story on the Chiefs. But yeah, it talks about them, and they are who they are. And this is the team that Patrick Mahomes played for. It's enough. Y'all can look this for yourself. And I read what I read, and I'm gonna stop sharing. And that's just basically what I'm saying. That's a team that have less championships. Now, San Francisco 49ers is a different beast. They were the team that we know that Jerry Rice and them all the time. The Chiefs. It's a good little read on Kansas City. Not much. I will go back to them and I'll say what's what. Let's talk about San Francisco 49ers. They're one of the original teams in the NFL. They've been around since 1944. There was an expansion team. They've been around the West Coast. They've been around since 1944. 79 years ago, right? 79 years ago. First season, 1946. All-American Football Conference, 1946, 1949. That they have All-American Football Conference. It was part of that. Western Division, 1946, 1948. National Football League since 1950. That was part of the All-American Football Conference. That was another league. That was in the Western Division, one of the original teams. The AAFC was a major professional American football league that challenged the establishment of the National Football League. See, the original 49ers was part of the All-American Football Conference. They was part of the double AAFC because it was founded in 1944. They was part of that league. They came from that conference, right? So basically, they was that team, and then they joined the NFL in what 1950? Okay, National Football Conference 1950, 1952, in the 50s. In the Western Conference, they have 1953 and 69 because they merged with them in the 50s. How that is the Western Division, they didn't last long, so they got them, one of the West Coast teams. National Football Conference, 1970, present, and now. NFC West, yeah. Owners is the York family. Majority, John York. Okay. So yeah, San Francisco 49ers since 1946. From way back, they was in a different league. Okay. League championships, they won 5. Super Bowls, they won 5. So they said Kansas City won 4, so they probably didn't win the 60s. I don't think they win. I don't think they won as Kansas City Chiefs in the 60s. I don't believe they disqualified them too. Okay, so they probably count the Dallas Texans championship in 1962. I have to read them up again, but to confirm what's going on with that. Conference championships they got 8. Divisional championships they got 22. So San Francisco's got a history. The double AAFC was a playoff appearance, and then NFL they started in 57 and 1970. See, they've been around since the 50s. 49ers was not a bad team. They were one of the original West Coast teams. They've been around a long time. Dick Nolan years ago, 1958. Yeah, yeah. 49ers got a historical franchise history. They've been around a long time. I'm not a San Francisco 49ers guy. Never was, never will, but that's the colors that they wore. So yeah, San Francisco been around. And Jerry Rice, I remember that Jerry Rice era. I remember as a kid in the '90s, him and Steve Young. Everybody remembers the Montana days. I remember a little bit about Montana, but that's Steve Young era. Oh, I remember that '94 when I was a kid. Oh, I remember that Steve Young era. That was a great era, great fucking era. The York family era, 2000 and present now. 49ers look like what they are. A lot of people like the 49ers. So you know what I'm saying. Y'all, excuse me 1 second. My nerves was itching. Nerves acting up. But yeah, man, the 49ers, they look like what they were in the championships. NFC championships was 1981. Bill Walsh, 1984, 80. Okay, but I mean Super Bowls. They 3 with Bill Walsh, George, um, Selford, the last 2. So technically, they won 5 Super Bowls. They won 5 Super Bowls. They had one in 81, 84, 88, 89. But that 1994, oh yeah, I remember Steve Young. I like Steve Young. I was 6 years old when that happened. Kyle Shanahan, 2019. Yeah, 2023 now. Oh yeah, it's a little different, man. Oh yeah. Los Angeles Rams was a rivalry. Seahawks, Arizona Cardinals. Conference, they got rivalries. Division rivals is Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals. Conference rivals, Packers. Packers and 49ers are rival in the conference. Cowboys rivalry. It's a conference rivalry. New York Giants conference rivalry. Historic. The Atlanta Falcons was also division rivals with the 49ers until the Falcons moved to NFC South in 2022. Yeah, they were division rivals. Yeah, the Falcons were also historic rivals. Yeah. Raiders and 49ers rivalry that were a geographic as a result between they were referring to the Battle of the Bay. The Raiders, they don't like each other. And Cleveland Browns, they 4 years in the league. The Cleveland Browns in the the All American Football Conference, the double AFC, the Browns and the 49ers were old rivals from the All American Football Conference when the 49ers were in. Right? Right. Y'all excuse me 1 second. My nerves is itching. Yeah, my nerves is acting up. I was reading that. Now how it goes. But it gets like, that's the 49ers. Got Hall of Famers. Got Terrell Owens and Steve Young, Joe Montana. Man, you got all types of dudes, man. Jerry Rice, Steve Young, of course. Yeah, 49ers got a historical past. Now that goes. But enough of that, it's just, the Super Bowl week is just crazy. But, that's all I wanted to talk about. But yeah, but that's the biggest distraction of all time. Everybody's talking about the war and over there. I did see the infamous interview with another president. I'm not going to speak on it that much. He just exposed how sorry the country is. I'm not talking about it as much. I watch it on a different platform, and I know people say you get pop for that. Not necessarily. Just say the right stuff. Politics is dead on here. YouTube is dying. Everybody's moving to another direction, and it's over. Like I said, everybody's biased on here, and I already know the politics is dead on here. I don't talk about it like I used to. I do talk about it, but if you want to talk about what I think about it, most people are still stupid, ill-informed. That's not how politics is ran. People just like want to argue bullshit facts from mainstream media. They're all slave bot idiots that are control opposition to everybody else. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of people on here. That's why I stopped doing a lot of shit, because I already know y'all some bot ass niggas on here. But you gotta say that because these niggas ain't shit nowhere. I stopped fucking with a lot of people. That's why the site is gonna perish in the next couple of years. They just gonna let you know right now, or unless it gets owned by Elon Musk type. So, like I said, I'm not worried about what's going to be next for me. I'm just speaking my mind about things, and it's not looking good to certain individuals. I'm not going to get into petty drama. I talk about that on Independent Thinking Series and how to avoid a long strings of relationships. People get caught up on Valentine's Day. I don't celebrate that garbage. Last time I celebrated, I was dating somebody back in 2009, and it don't really mean much. It's the same old shit every year. Most of these people be broke and single and ain't doing nothing with their lives. They try to say they got money, and all, you nigga, you broke. I don't want to hear that. So with that, until next time, shalom to the people of Israel, and I will promise I will not miss a live stream because I missed it. I was into stuff and I was into everything. I got busy. Apologize for that. Yes, it'll be on the 13th this week. It was supposed to be the last week. I don't have to push the other one back further. Um, It's every 2 weeks, but that one I decided to miss because I wasn't ready to come back just yet. But I said, you know what? Let me talk about a little Black History Month. We're gonna talk about the Independent Think series, and we're gonna talk about it. We'll address it this Tuesday. So with that, until next time, shalom to people of Israel and the Gentiles. Shalom to you as well. Until next time, and I'm out.